So I haven't videoed any of it really, but I polyed this, blocked it with 120, broke through in a few areas, had some pinholes, so fixed that stuff and then just repolyed it. And now I should be able, I reduced the poly this time with acetone, put 4 coats on there with the 1.7. I should be able to start with 220, block it with 320. That'll be ready to paint. But to get it out of the way, I'm gonna put it back here. And this is back here. It can sit here out of the way. If I was smart, I'd wheel Jim's bed over here and get it out of the way. But it might start getting nice finally, so I might want to get a car out of here to drive or something, but I got this thing. I need to finish doing whatever I was doing there. Need to put a new window in the Ford. It's over there on the shelf. Noah's good. Needs a starter, but it's fine for now. What I need is a 4-post lift in here so I can put the Model A in here. I messed up. I didn't build this deep enough. It needs to be 2 cars deep. I don't know what I was thinking here. I was trying to be inconspicuous and hide it behind the other garage, but I need to add on to this. Push these doors out 8 or 10 feet so I can get 2 cars deep, because I got that Nova sitting in the driveway now. If I could get the Model A in here, I could put the Nova in there and work on it. So the Model A will fit right here, but it's an Austin Powers ordeal trying to get it in here, and it sucks because of this post. But anyway, that's the big update here. I'll go back to the garage and see what kind of a disaster it is out there. I think that's what you do, is set that stuff on your paint. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Now you can see my situation with that Nova being there. Model A barricaded in here. This is off-road cart, so we can go back there in the grass, get out of the way if I want to get the Model A out. I know there's a cruise next weekend. I haven't driven anything this year other than the Chevelle. So we took Angel's Nova to lunch one day a few weeks back. But anyways, we got the T-body all torn down, everything off. And they weld up this dash, and need to order a wood kit. This is a wood kit that somebody tried making, and he could have done it if he would, but yeah, I don't know really what to say about it. It was okay-ish, not okay enough. Mainly the corners were different from one side to the other in the front. But anyways, this is getting stripped down. Roof's in epoxy. Need to epoxy everything else. This frame is pretty much ready. We were gonna powder coat these things, and now I'm just gonna paint them because they want this one body color, and why powder coat it if you're gonna have to paint it anyway. And that one I'll just paint because then it will match the firewall color and the engine. It won't be different whites. So I know Jimmy's making some boxing plates with whole dimple dies in them for the front there, so I gotta wait. He's gotta weld those in, and then we're drilling holes in the frames to run wires from there forward on both of these for all the headlights and turn signals. And yes, electric fans. I know hot rods don't have electric fans, right? Well, that one you might be able to get away with a mechanical fan because the radiator's still pretty good size. This thing, radiator is small, and you put a fan on the water pump and you get like half the width of a blade in front of the fan or something. I don't know. Not gonna work. So yeah, electric fans are ugly, but it would be nice to actually use these things. So that's what it's gonna have, and we're gonna hide the wires in the frame. You know, street rod stuff. That's what we're building here, a couple of street rods. Derek said that that's street rod crap. Yeah. But then, you know, I don't know what coilovers are. Anyway. So, yeah, Mustang 2 suspension, gonna be put on both of these. Just kidding. Welded the box to the strap. Originally this is, you know, had an internal steering shaft that went up, and it would have gotten a column and then bolted to the dash, and it would have kept that box from rotating, other than that strap clamping it down. But now that I cut that, Derek's like, you're an idiot, you need to weld that. Thought about threading this and putting a pointed pin or something and drilling a hole in that, and like a set screw type of deal, but in the end, from Derek's advice, we decided to weld it. So that is what's going on here. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. There's plenty I need to finish. Oh yeah, I've got a chrome pile going. It's not a lot in it. Angel won't let me chrome anything. I wanted to chrome all that stuff. She said no. Only thing she wanted chrome was this windshield frame. However, this hinge is welded on, and I can't get it apart without, I mean, that would be, I don't even know how you get it apart. There's no rod in here. I can't press it out. I tried hammering on it from both ends. You could unfold every other one of these, and that would be a nightmare. Anyway, so that's not getting chromed. Might have my buddy paint it with that Alsa Easy Chrome. Or I thought about I might be able to wrap it with a chrome wrap. I don't know. So we got door hinges, shock mounts, windshield swing arm plate things. We'll be doing the backing plates. I already have a chrome axle. I'll be doing the wishbones, motor mounts. I think that's it. I'm not gonna do anything on the rear end because you don't see any of that. That's all getting flat black. Might be it for the chrome situation. I thought there was something else, but all the steering arms, upper and lower, those will be chrome. I think, yeah, alternator, bracket, both of them, all three chrome. I think that's it. I ordered polished lower shock mounts from Derek and the shackles. The spring, I'm just gonna run this one for now, although we did get a polished clamp and U-bolts. I can't get a Posse's chrome spring. Speedway has one that's their brand, or version of this with same dimensions. I might try that at some point. So, yeah. Making some progress. This T is going to be easy to paint. Truck is going to be a little more work. So I should start getting started. Actually, what I should do is quit talking. Anyway, that's your update. Well, that concludes this weekend. This is getting torn down. This one is pretty much all torn down. Just needs to weld some dimple-dyed boxing plates in the front of the frame horns there. just came out here Sunday night. I stripped the side of this cowl here on the truck. I duraglassed in the spot welds, or the welds we welded up on the cowl lip there, and then I started duraglassing this lip in there. It was tack welded, and now I just smeared it in here with my finger and make a nice little radius there in the corner. And yeah, got this side of the cowl sanded. There's a few dents here I'm gonna fix. I had a crack I welded up in the bottom of that post. Jimmy's grinding down this lip here on the firewall until there's no lip. That way we can just smooth this out, make that look a little better. And the back of the cab is stripped. Just needs a once over. Some 80 grit. We'll get everything stripped and we'll finish epoxying this cab. And then on to body work. This I'm not gonna epoxy, I'm just gonna keep doing the body work like this. And then I might spot epoxy the bare metal, or I might just poly it. But got the wood off, but get a new wood kit for it. And yeah, that's what's going on here. We gotta get this engine, get the intake and distributor out, fuel pump, buy about 100 wire wheels and start wire wheeling and sanding this engine down. I've learned my lesson. I'm not painting a nice paint job on top of somebody else's paint, because what happened on the Model A was I metal flaked it and the paint job underneath the metal flake is coming off, the one that, you know, the machine place did. So that sucks. The engine needs to come out of the Model A so it can get repainted. That's gonna be a lot of work. I wanted to do that last winter, didn't get to it. So Model A is what it is still, same as it was before, and it's got a flaky engine, so be it. We're getting that's my chrome pile. Still have to add in, gotta get this backing plate off, it's getting chrome, the wishbones are getting chrome. And then I think that's it as far as the chrome situation. Got all the steering arms in there. A lot of stuff I just bought new. Axle and shackles and shock mounts and stuff like that. So, that's it. I don't know how much video I have to make a video, but I will put up whatever I got. Also, I welded up this dash, then duraglassed the seam, and then said, I'll just bond to it now too. Bonded it. So this I will epoxy before I poly it. But just a little more progress. Quiet down, sir. I'm making a video. Showcasing your battery box, fuse box mount combo. Is that the firing order for this engine?
Yeah, sure is. Disclaimer, it is not.
You're gonna draw lines on that to put it in the right order?
I know, do they have one?
No, nobody makes one.
For a while.
He made Ford ones for a while, but nobody bought them.
But is it the same for other Ford engines too?
No, Ford has more than one. It's typical for a Ford.
Of course they do. Why would they have the same anything for anything? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Do a little paint stripping here. Comes off pretty easy, luckily. Luckily the paint adhered as good as the old head gaskets did. What? What are you doing over there? Anyway, this area is going to be a little more fun. Let's get the intake off out of the way. That's nice. What is that, metal? If Mr. Goodwrench was a tool, what kind of tool would he be? Nope. Miter saw. Miter saw. It's an old commercial I used to be on.